Welcome to Gaming Stream 77. I'm your host, Devious Dave Rose, and we're in for a nice little treat, a nice Kerbal treat. So, welcome, one and all, and none. And this is for me. This stream is for me. I've been wanting to play Kerbals for such a long time. There's always huge replay value in what I do, but I've been jonesing to play this game for a long time, and I love talking nerd shit and science, and that's what you get here on this show. Shout out to Kratos in the chat. Glad to see you around in my super secret server on Discord. As always, don't tell anyone. First rule about the super secret server on Discord is don't tell anyone. But yeah, maybe I'll see you later tonight if Casey hosts a show. But yeah, I'm here to play this fabulous game, and I've been really wanting to recreate what supposedly went down recently with the Artemis 2 mission. And I always love to comment about the actual science in regards to what we are being presented with, and this is the place for it. So just give me 1 second before we start the shoe. It's fucking cold up here, but all right, so I'm just checking my stream. Let me check a few things here, check my volume. It's fucking cold up here. Oh, sounds good. And not too much of a delay. That's a very good thing. That was like maybe 7 seconds. If Casey does his stream his show, says Kratos in the chat, I'll be there. All right, so I think we got everything. It's been a while. It's been a while since I played this game. It's been a long while since I played this game. Oop. I got it locked on the window, but the window is not maximized. I don't know why. That's retarded. Okay, so let me do this. Bam, bam. That is so stupid. It should lock on the window and adjust its resolution accordingly. It shouldn't. OBS should be independent. That's retarded. All right. So I just have to get back to that. Let me make sure my volume is nice. I want to hear the effects myself. Not too loud. These rockets do get loud. But here we go. Is it? Yeah, I'm just final checks. All right, let's get the show on the road. So, we'll resume saved. Go to Community Kerbals. I'll make a character for you, Kratos. How about that? You can use the cheat aspect of the game to do that. Infinite fuel and all that. So we're gonna make the Artemis. So we need this. Any suggestions, Kratos, if you're still around? Any suggestions as to what it should be called? The craft, that is. We're not going to call it Artemis. Think of something cool. It will be considered. In the meantime, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to have to decide that now. We can't be making adding to a craft called untitled spacecraft. That's just too crass. So, and also, I do have one of those nicotine pouches under my lip, so I can hear myself not speaking properly, and sort of like I can't fucking form a proper seal on my mouth when speaking, so I'm not speaking right. um, let's see here. Obviously, Apollo is sister with, sorry, Artemis is the sister of Apollo. But oh, I forgot to put my Discord. Um, what's it called? Alerts off. Let's see if I can do that now. Oh, come on. I don't know how do I do this shit? Change my status so that, oh, there we go. Do not disturb. There we go. My apologies. I did think about that earlier, but clearly I didn't fucking accomplish it, so my bad. But, alright, so I'm gonna. What do we call this? Community 2. How about that? Community 2. Or we'll use the Roman. There we go. Community 2, because that's what they're doing with. Well, actually, they've sort of done both with Artemis. Let me get the latest thing from CNN, and see how they're referring to it, because that's state sponsored. Artemis. Even even Google right now is displaying both of them. And this is gonna be a long one. I don't give a fuck who's hanging out, who's watching, who's not watching. This is for me, and posterity too. Plus huge replay value. So if you missed it the first time around and you're listening to this at work, it should be entertaining. If not, it's not done by any decision to be entertaining. This is for me. But yeah, there's both spellings. Yeah, but we'll use the Roman numerical aspect of this. Community 2. That's what we'll do. And add ship description. Powered by drama. There we go. All right, so we're going to save that. And now is the time to prepare the ship. So we got to try to make it look and operate as similar to the Artemis one, the Orion capsule that went out on Artemis 2. But, all right, this is actually I think I'm gonna play some music. Shouldn't be. Is it royalty free? I'll type that in. Royalty free music. I'll say I like synthwave. Synthwave. Yeah. We'll play this softly, but during the dead air that there'll be while I'm examining things. At least it's entertaining. And it's entertaining for me, because like I said, this is for me. So, and I do listen back to my stuff. I'm very critical of my work, and I think I do a great job. do say a little too much. And I've corrected myself of that in the past. But here we have some music. Let's see how it starts. Nice hour and 53 minutes. I believe I'm going to be going for longer than that. So let's just let it play out, and when it ends, I'll find something new. As long as this is any good. I'm going to pause that and actually listen to see if that's too loud. I'm going to pause that and actually listen to. That seems like. Oh, see if that's. I'm going to mute myself, not fucking pause my video. Or my stream. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, we'll see. I don't want to have to keep adjusting this. I'm looking at it once, and then, I'll listen back to it because huge replay value, and judge it on that. So here we go for the long haul. I'm kind of tired. 4.5 hours of sleep, something like that. And then here we go. So, I am rusty, so it's been a while. Oh, that's the big one. I'm also going to have to pull up an image of the Orion capsule just to remind myself what it looks like, or at least more of the intimate details. Oh yeah, that's right. The whole big deal now is the fucking, it's worse now than it was in 1969 through 72, where we needed a heat shield to protect from, from re-entry and stuff. And, there's holes in that fucking argument too. But we'll continue to play this game and, deconstruct the the recent happenings of this fucking supposed flyby. But we are going to try to emulate it, and the funny thing is there's been a massive increase in players playing this game. This game's been out unofficially with the beta and stuff for 10 years. But officially as a full finished product, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Probably less than that, but regardless. Now I forgot my train of thought. Let's continue. So we've got to get a heat shield. No, that's too small. That's too big. Just right. Right? There we go. All right. So, I also have to keep saving. I've got that tendency from back in the day. Work on a DOS computer, you always gotta keep saving it. We need a decoupler. There we go. Something for that size. This is a stack separator, and you can actually see there's arrows on the side of this, and it tells you what direction this shit puts out. So this one pushes out just in one direction, this one in two. Right? And that can serve its purpose and so forth. So what we want... Well, I mean, if you got to take a look at what the whole purpose is. So, this one I think is, that's the small one. Yeah. So that one, 0.21 tons, and ejection force is 150. But then, if I'm correct, yep. Oh. Yeah. This is also ejecting 150, but the mass is less. 16, or 0.16, and this is 0.21. Good night chill music. I like it. All right. There you go. You see the arrows there. So there's the difference. So it depends on how you want to. I've always found these sufficient enough, but if you need to create a lot of space between whatever it is that you have on this side and above it, it works. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but we'll see. I don't know if Kratos, if you're being voluntold here to be on this craft, but we'll try to keep you alive. We'll try to keep whoever the community Kerbals that we create alive. So we've got Casey's Raw in the chat. Says most likely I am doing Saturday is Raw. It's a UFC fights are tonight. Okay, you mean UFC fight night, or is it a pay-per-view? And then he says, "Who's the crew?" Well, that's the thing. Kratos was in here. He didn't object, I don't think, about being on the crew. So I was thinking of adding him. I don't think I've ever added him in the past to the Kerbal crew. But we could also have you, Casey. But one of you is going to have to be a pilot. I think it's going to be Kratos, because maybe you'll be the engineer, because there's engineer and then there's another. Can't remember, but yeah. Thank you for being here. And I believe I will be calling into your show. Oops, what's going on here? Because I believe Mella's going to be on Ken's show. If I could split myself in two and be on your show as well as Ken's show, I would. But Ken and me really work well. But I do like being on your show, and at least when you're not tired and stuff, because like it can be good, and at least you don't walk away from your show, and be like, okay guys, I'm gonna go. Well, actually, it's fair because you do take your dog out for a piss. That's fair. The poochers, even rat dogs, and I love your rat dog. You can't blame me for that. But you're not doing it and then leaving retards in charge. You're kind of making your show better when you leave. Now to think of it, Casey. And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to do that for you. So thank you, Casey. I'm a very grateful person. Even my fucking gaming streams are fucking hilarious. All right, let's get back to business. You're distracting me. We're going to use this detachment here. Going to look back at the Orion capsule. I'll do my best to try to figure it out. But need a fuel tank. This is a little too big. That's the one I think I need. Yeah. Then it has another. Oh, nope. Now we need fuel and oxidizer. You guys don't understand how much I would love a cigarette. It's not actually not that bad right now. It was like just a moment ago it kind of was, but it actually hits harder at night, strangely. But oh, it's been like, this is week 5, I guess. And obviously I'm doing the pouches. But, oh. Yeah. So, what am I looking for here? We need a fuel tank. Smaller fuel tank. No. No. That's just liquid fuel. Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the one we want. Is that? It's a little too big. Again, I'm trying to make it as close as possible to what we have with Artemis, and I do want the people to survive, but I don't want to cheat either. But I'm going to be here all night, so, maybe when you blink I cheat and then I bring you back to life or something. And the indecisiveness of this game, it just fucking... Well, it's not the indecisiveness, it's the fact that there's so many possibilities on how to develop and engineer your crafts. Sorry, I had to close the window. It's fucking cold. I like it. Spring is here and there's nice fresh air, but it's also fucking freezing. Just fucking insane. All right, enough excuses. Let's get to business here. So, is there anything smaller than this? No. Okay, so the engine we're going to pick right now is supposed to be the one that's going to essentially used to maneuver around the moon. Directed, well, obviously to correct its course, go to the moon, and then maneuver as it comes around, the other side, which was just a gravity assist. So what are we looking at here? It's looking for high ISP because that's considered specific. It's called specific impulse, and it's higher in space. Well, it depends on the engine, but so where's the engine I'm looking for? It's a solid rocket booster. Okay, so this, as you can see, the in the vacuum thrust vac, that's 1,500 kilonewtons, so clearly quite high. This one's only 1,000. 650. This is quite powerful, but look at the size. Which is the skipper. This one, oh, 2,000. Look at that. Oh, because it's huge. 1,000. I mean, it kind of matches what the actual one looks like, but hold on, let me find other photos here. This is nice music. Nice music. Yeah, it's not really close. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do it the best that I can, that works and fits, and that's it. That's it. Oh, shout out to Latino Heat in the chat. What does he say? Dave, think about the weight limit. Yeah. Casey on board, really. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not just tell him that he's going to be on board? But yeah, so basically I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it my way because the parts aren't exactly as it should be. But yeah, we're going to space, motherfuckers, and we're bringing the community with us. So, and we want them to survive. We do want them to survive. So, let's just figure out how we're going to get this done. That's a substantial amount. We want, yeah, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna go big. Where is it? There. Big battery. There's actually, hold on. One of these rings here, the Advanced Reaction Module. After many years of research, Steedler Corp Rockets engineers discovered the large flywheels were necessary to keep large ships under control. The Advanced Reaction Wheel, large, addresses these issues by its use of patented large flywheels to provide more torque, patent pending. Yeah, so we're going to use that. Bam. It's going to be a chunky ship, but it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work. Problem is we need some monopropellant. This is for the thrusters. And here's the big one. Yeah, that's a lot, right? But what we can do is There's a structure here that basically allows you to put things in it. Cargo. I think it's one of the cargo. Bam. So we open this up. Oh, no, it's not this one, I think. Is it? No, this is a different one. Oh, it's Latino Heat say. Gravity reentry rate of speed increases because of Casey's equals certain death. Chat isn't showing up on my 65-inch TV. Really? So what are you watching this on your phone or something? That's weird. I don't have anything enabled that disables that. So I'm not too sure what's going on. I think it's in here. I don't think I've even used this. Some shit I don't even know. Payload? Is it the payload? Yes, it's gotta be. Yeah, there we go. So, we need the monopropellant. So, structure, yeah, something like this. I think this is the better one. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. And this is kind of like the Apollo one, because you had, hold on, fuel tanks that were rounded like this. This is the monopropellant, okay? And, or this stuff. So, let me just zoom in. This is nice chill music. I like it. Nope. There we go. So if I do it like that, we got one on each side, eh? Kind of cool. So Latuna Heat says, chatting on my phone, television is effing up with YouTube. Maybe it's the TV, you know? But yeah, regardless. Sorry, I'm fighting these Nick fits right now. But I'm surviving. So we need more monopropellant in here. Because if we do that, it's clipped. It doesn't look good, you know? But, I can't really put it in that way. Well, I guess I kind of could, but it's just easier to do it this way. But I don't know if I can I fit something in between? I think I can. Here's what I'm thinking. Bam. Actually, no. This is the better thing to do. All right. Bam. We got to lock it in. There we go. So now it's locked in. There we go. Beautiful. Could be lower. That's fine. But there we go. That's basically perfect. And if not, it doesn't matter. Now we just position this. Maybe a little lower. It also, the thing is though, it's not just about aesthetics. Like this stuff has to be balanced properly in the ship, or things can get wonky. So it's just unbalanced. There we go. That's good. That's good enough. How about that? We'll save that. That's good enough. I'm not gonna spend a fucking eternity on that. Now, hold on. Take the thing off there. Hook it in. Bam! Look at that. Look at that. We can still add. Potentially, we could add batteries in here and take this thing off because again, it's also about saving weight. But yeah, these monopropellant shouldn't be needed too much. It's more for course correction and some maneuvering. But again, this mission doesn't require much. We're going to spin around the mun, as it's called in this game, and just emulate what they supposedly did. So yeah, I think I will put the batteries in here, and then because you know, just aesthetics and such. Plus, we won't necessarily need all of that. Also, smoking a joint. How about that? All my detractors who wish to criticize me on my muscle relaxants. You know, 2 big batteries like that, that'll definitely, that'll do, pig. Save it again. So basically, what that means is we can get rid of this battery, hook that up there. We don't necessarily need that. Well, actually, we don't need that on this thing because that should be below for the rocket itself. Because it's the rocket itself that needs the control over it. These control wheels spin in a certain way that basically lets the momentum control wobbling. Without it, the shit will wobble apart and just blow up. So, but the thing is, though, once it's disconnected from the big rocket, this unit has its own, version of that, but it's a lot lighter, and it doesn't need that bigger part anymore. So obviously, we're gonna have to not have that there. But this is looking good. I'm liking it. But yeah, I'm excited that we're gonna have a new space team going out. Casey and Kratos, and we can fit one more person in here too if we get any submissions. But since I guess it is a scientific mission, although it doesn't in sandbox mode, it's pointless because who are you gonna send the info to? It's just, you can do it. But yeah, we'll do that. We've got thermometer here. Let's zoom in like zoom in anymore. Okay, so we got thermometer in there. Seismometer, I guess. And gravial detector. Looks beautiful. Und they didn't really have a surface scanning module, you know. Did I use this one? Barometric. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Save it again. Gotta keep saving. We've still got some more space, more real estate down here if we need to use it. But I like it. It's all nice and compact. We could potentially fit something else in here, but what's old is new. Some of this stuff is made for actual. Oh, make boom. That's pretty cool. So basically, I want to show you guys this. Can I do this? No, I can't do it, but whatever. I'll show you guys that. Anything else? Mystery goo. This thing is kind of big. Oh no, it is kind of small. I thought it was bigger. I thought it was like this thing, but again, there's no point of putting it on there. Like, there's no point of putting any of this shit on here, to be quite honest. But I'm just doing it. It's trying to imitate it as best as possible, and it really wasn't fully a scientific investigation mission. It was a bunch of other things, so I'm going to try to keep it, as simple as possible. But, and yes, I know it's a fucking game. We're going to want, we got solar panels. Yeah, it doesn't look the same, but we'll do it the best we can. I'd love to be able to make it as close as possible, but there are mods that you can download and make it. But stock mode should be able to let you do it, And plus, you know what? We'll make it better. But that's our and technically, this is supposed to be used in the future for transporting crew to the moon. So, if we're doing it seriously, at least in this game, we're going to want it to be able to be as efficient as possible. And yeah, we're gonna keep it serious, even though we really know what's going on. So we got 2 thruster packs here. I don't know why that is. That must be from a recent update. I do like how they update this game. Doesn't seem very different. It's not really different, but whatever. We need fuel. Delete them all? Or... No. There we go. Actually, no. We can try to emulate it. Where is it? Oh. Yeah, it's kind of like the Artemis. Kind of. No, still not. I just wanted to make an accurate version, but it's not going to work. So, I guess we're just going to go big. Not enough fuel. No, we're going to have to. Oops. I don't know why it keeps going through it. That's extremely large. But there's no in between though. It's either this one or this one. There's this. That's because you can add on to it, but it's gross. And I mean, I can't put any of these in here because this thing is full, as we can see. So even like this would be too big to sneak in between those two monopropellant containers. And these carry what? 9 liquid fuel, 12 oxidizer. Look how much more this stuff carries. Oh, that might work. And then we can add the, yeah, that might work. Looks a little closer to the Artemis. Well, it's the Orion capsule. You guys know what I'm saying. This is community too, so let's see. We need solar panels, so that's under electrical. Where are they? It's these ones then. extend these. Those are fairly big. Yeah, that looks like it. Some of these renderings of this craft show the solar panels like tilted, at extreme angles. I don't think I need to do that. The game's, it's just a game, so it's not really gonna be required. But yeah, it's just an interesting thing. Give me a second here. What the fuck? My lighter decided to walk away on me. But I'm gonna enjoy a little bit of a toot. Some cannabis, as it were. Also gotta check up on my stream health. Everything looks good. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. We don't have to angle it. That looks good. Community 2. Yeah, let's keep this open as well so we know what we're dealing with. I don't think we need to add any more batteries. Those two should be enough, because this does have battery power too. As long as we do have the solar panels during the day, everything can operate. All right, we need thrusters. Oh, that's control, right? Yeah. So we've got these two blocks. These are small, actually. Yeah, these are the ones I'm talking about. Okay, so these are really small. I guess it's a new update. Okay, good to know. So we want to put it on there, and put another one there. No? Yes. Save again. Always gotta save. That's a Gen X thing. Yeah, this craft with those engines, those 8 engines, will be able to maneuver in any way it needs to. And once it dumps the capsule into the atmosphere, once it returns from the mun, then there will be no need for any more directional rockets. So we're good there. Yeah, this is the ejection here, so it ejects that way. We're obviously going to need parachutes. We're going to need fucking parachutes on this one. There we go. I've always found that when you use 3, position them basically underneath the windows here. The aesthetic looks great, and that looks good. But we're going to be supposedly going through extreme speed returning, and we're going to need drogue chutes, which are going to slow us down. So let's see here, how are we going to do this? We're going to do 2 here. Do 1 here. Okay, so basically those are going to go off first, and those are going to just slow down the craft. Once it's slow enough, the main parachutes can go off. So in the staging process, we got to look at this. So these ones are there, and okay, there and there. Okay, so we need a new group. I'm going to put these 2. No, what are you doing? Why is this doing this? Hold on. Okay, let's see if... So, hold on. So, okay, so those are the 3. And I got that one, and that one. Okay. We need another group though. Put all these 3 in that one. So the drogue chutes, right? Drogue chutes should be up first. Well, no, they got to be out of the way. These ones, hold on, this one's to separate. No, so this has to come. There we go. So it'll separate, and then, hold on. I guess we gotta do it the other way then. Separates. Drogue chutes. And then the main ones. Yeah. Save. It didn't have a docking port. It's just, it was, meant to go around the mun. But I guess we'll think forward, and we'll include it. I don't even know what these things are. I don't even know what this shit is. This is a cargo part that can be placed inside inventories. No clue. Coupling, payload, not coupling maybe. Nope. I'm liking this music. It's been a while since I played this game, but I'm almost sure that they've updated it, and I'm not aware of it. Because like this part, for example, didn't look like this last time I played. Regardless, it's beautiful. This game is great. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? I'm having ribs, and I'm gonna make some home fries with that, and I think I'm gonna have some cream corn. I haven't had that in a while, and some baked beans. You know, might as well. And you know, I'm guessing I might as well make my carrot slaw, which I very much enjoy. I always try to eat as you know. They say dress for the job you want. Well, eat for the role that you know is yours. And I truly eat like an emperor. I don't know why my stream here looks delayed, but it's not. Back to this. Okay. Now we need the emergency. There's the emergency escape tower thing. Just can't remember where it is. Listen to me, I'm sounding like Alex Jones. Don't get it. Where is it? Oh, MechJeb. Oh, MechJeb is so good. It, in fact, I can use that and avoid having anybody be on the ship. It'll control it. And, no, that's a good thing. It's trying to save people. Virtual people. AI people. This community is hilarious. Okay, so how am I gonna do this then? Where's the bloody fucker? Where is the bloody fucker? I cannot find it. There we go. The launch escape system. Come on. Like, how can I find that? Light strips. Why not? Let's be frivolous. We can have a light switch or a light. There we go. Light strip. Skibbity bop. It doesn't show up. What the hell is going on? The fuck? It didn't even fucking take. That's not... not on straight. How can I use this? Unreal. Could have been so good. See if I can trick it. There we go. I did trick it. So we got two light strips. Still fighting me though. But that's good because that's the, if we get people coming out, they didn't do that on the trip. But if they come out and are outside of the craft, they'll have these lights, which I've never used before. So we'll see what happens there. We don't need anything on the other side, I don't think. So we've got there we go. So this thing. So this thing wants to go off with these, and we're not going to do that. Put that there. And this is going to be lower, but once this thing launches and everything is good, this will be launched. It'll go away, and we won't have to worry about it. So again, we're going to save that. I got some chips today. I went to get some groceries, and I saw all these new chips that are like Canadian, like unique Canadian flavors. So the drink, the Caesar, was created in Canada, and they made a chip with its flavor. I picked that up. They've got one that was poutine flavor. So I picked that up, and today is National Poutine Day in Canada, so happy National Poutine Day. And then the third one was Donair flavor chips, so I picked those up too. So I plan to snack on those later on, and or maybe sooner than later, and let you know what they're like. But some good stuff. So and also there's the I got to program the abort system so that, like, if I press a key, this, it will eject, and this thing will activate at the same time, pull it away, and it'll save us. But right now, I can't do much about it. I guess I'm gonna have to use this as the engine. There's no really other, no other engine that really is small enough for it and fits it. but it consumes so much, though. That's the thing. It's very powerful. That's not 60 kilonewtons. Well, meanwhile, these ones have 240 and 215, respectively. I think I'm gonna have to use this one. It's an ugly engine, though. I don't need necessarily 1,000 kilonewtons of thrust for this craft. At least I shouldn't. I think I feel the same way as the NASA scientists. Like, how the fuck are we gonna fake this shit? But I want to try to imitate it. You guys should watch Capricorn 1. That's a very good movie, I think. It's got O.J. Simpson was in that movie. Yeah, they definitely changed this model here. Didn't look this way. Guess this might have to be our engine, but the difference isn't that much. We're going to stay with this one. So, hey, shout out to Bullseye in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Gonna be here for a while because I'm trying to create a somewhat accurate version of this. So come and go as you will, but I do appreciate you showing up, and I'll be around, all night. Well, I don't know about all night, but basically I'll be around here for a while, and maybe on other shows later on. Well, probably on other shows later on, The people beckon. But yes. And what are you having tonight? I was speaking about that earlier. I am planning to eat some ribs. Pork ribs. And I'm also planning on going to the Mun. So, what's next? We'll have to make a shroud for that. hell's going on here? Left alt, and what? There we go. Beautiful. It should work. Save it again. So that ejects there. That's the fairing. Now we need the this thing. Ooh, it's too small. Eh, fuck it. We'll do. Fuel tanks. Make this look orange. Obviously, it's not accurate, but we're going with this. Look at. I need some reference here. Yeah, I'm nowhere near accurate when it comes to this whole thing, but I'm trying to make it somewhat similar. But I'm also looking this up right now to see what I can do. Now my stuff is more looking like Apollo than it is Artemis. Eh. We gotta remember to rotate this craft so we don't have to do a turn. An orbital insertion turn. Yeah, we've got these engines. I'm thinking we're going to need another stage. I don't know if it's going to be that big. I do know I'm going to go take a piss. I'll be right back. Oh, that was great. A great piss I be taking. So let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna need to ensure that we can have a stage that can insert us into the orbit, or at least into the sphere of influence of the moon, or the mun in this game. This might be overkill. It probably is overkill. Yeah, let's try to limit this here. I don't know if we need 3 of them. So it's not that big. 1,500. 1,000. 2,000. That's a big one. So that would ensure, yeah, that certainly would ensure fucking insertion into their orbit, but I don't want to do overkill either. I'm trying to be a minimalist here. decoupler. I don't know why it does that. Why it doesn't have a larger sheath or shroud. It's kind of weird. Full mid bare. That's kind of weird. Never noticed that. Yeah, it could be an update. And then this goes here. This doesn't look nice, but whatever. It holds together. I don't want these people to die. That's the thing. I could easily slap together a rocket and just watch it go boom. We could just make a character of Bullfrog and do that. But you know, I want this to work. This might be overkill to get to the Mun though. Yeah. There we go. That could work. I'm just wondering about the yeah, maybe this is where I need the is it reaction module? But still, it doesn't. I can do something like maybe this. In theory, it should work. So, Community 2 looks like we're almost ready to go. Out hastily. We just have a few final things to add. Alright, so... Hold on. Whew. I don't like that. Here's what I'm gonna do. Aesthetics. This is all about aesthetics now. Skibbity bop. Rotate. Bam. Bam. And now I can attach, 'cause if you look at where the cockpit is, right? You want those solid rocket boosters on either side. Now we've got to get the couplers. There should be, yeah, there's the bigger one. I just say to myself, oh, where's the bigger one? Let's see what those are. Oh, forgot to... Oh, what's going on here? Alright. We mirrored it. It's on both sides. We'll save again. Now we've got to go to solid rocket boosters. So... Nope, those are too small. Still too small. Yeah, there we go. Let me just zoom out here. Whoops. That might be a little too big. It's too small. It's also too small. Wow. They're all too small. I guess I'm gonna have to use this, but these are good. This is gonna be monstrous. No, they're too big. Unless these are bigger. I think there's a bigger tank here. Yeah, I don't have any add-ons to make it bigger. Like, that have bigger parts, I should say. So, that's the max that we're gonna get. These things are fucking terrible here. Jackson Force 260, 250, 450. And that's what we were just using. But these things are fucking massive. Sort of overlap. There's this. Hold on. No. Oh, there we go. You can sort of move it so there's no real clipping. But shit, this is gonna be fucking extremely powerful. I guess that's just what we're going to have to do. But what I'm gonna have to do right now is I'm gonna open up. How about this? I'll give it. Where's my phone? It's 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. I'll give it till 6:50 in 5 minutes because I know some people are watching and maybe you got the guts for it. But which bag of chips should I open up? Should it be the poutine? Should it be the Caesar? Or should it be the Donair? Cast your votes in the chat right now. Let me know what you think I should have. Or I should start with, because I want a snack right now. Not planning on obviously making dinner till later, but I will be snacking, and I'd like your input from what I provided. So we will continue on with our ways here. Aerodynamics. We need to cover up these. Solid rocket boosters. What's the deal with these? That's even bigger. We're going to need these when they separate. I don't know if I've got this right here. Looks good enough, I guess. We'll double it up. How about that? Yep, we should be good there. Well, we got only 1 minute left. At which point I will just randomly choose one of those bags. And I will be uncouth, like many out there. It's not common of me, but many others, of eating and talking at the same time, which is very disgusting, but that's what you get. Yes. 6:50. So I will be back in a moment when I decide which it is that I eat. That was actually very easy to decide. Despite the fact that I do want to check out those other flavors, it is National Poutine Day here in Canada, or Poutine, National Poutine Day in Canada today. So that's what I'm going for. So we'll see what it's like. And shit, we haven't even gone to space yet. Not bad. The flavors. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep eating more to let you know. It's fairly authentic. Good crunch on those chips. Very good crunch on those chips. But I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna reward myself of more of those. Those are actually really good. Until we get into space. But let's see here. Where's our staging? Our main rockets are these. Those are up there. And there's this. But that's not supposed to be at the same time. So it's been so long since I played this game. So that goes off, but we need these guys to go off as well. So yeah, what usually happens, like in reality, is they start the main engines first, and they make sure that those are running, and once they're certain that they're gonna fire properly, they light up the solid rocket boosters. These main engines can be shut off. These things cannot, because they use solid rocket propellant. So that would be the control mechanism here. Once those light up, you're good to go. And the next thing is, once those are burnt out, all these are supposed to fire off. Where's these ones? So that was put in the wrong group. Okay. So all these little rockets, all these Separatons, fly the rocket outside of the vicinity of the main one. So the main one can go. It's this thing. Okay, so this should be at the same thing as this. Alright, so also safe. What's going on here? These separate, these fire off. Oh, these are that. Okay, so once these expire, they're separated, and the little rockets separate them away from the main one. Once that's expired, this will separate. Well, this will separate, once this is done. That engine will go, and the fairing, the outside, will pop off. Actually, no, we might have to do that earlier. Yeah, because once you're out of the atmosphere, that's when you want that to pop off. So, well, I guess yeah, it's gonna have to be lowered. I have to say, when this separates, by that point we're in the, yeah. So this is 8. Okay. So at 8, I'm going to put this to 8. So when this separates, the fairing comes off, I guess. Maybe before then. Yeah, it should have its own stage. Okay, so yeah, after these separate, the solid rocket boosters. I'm just wondering they'll probably still be in the atmosphere though, and I don't want to damage the craft too much. I need to eat more poutine flavored chips to decide on this. Shout out to Bird2393 in the chat. Thank you for joining us. I'm eating poutine flavored potato chips and playing Kerbals and arguing with myself as to how I can best make this work. These are good chips, though. They're made by President's Choice, if you're interested. It's called World of Flavors. The thing is, though, all the flavors that I've seen being advertised, with this whole promotion, are all Canadian flavors. But it's good. Alright, so how am I going to do this? So these goes off. These goes off. Actually, hold on. Structural. We're going to lower this. it's in the ground. We'll lift it up a little more. A lot of powder on these chips. All right. That's done. Save it again. Holy shit. These chips are weaponized. I'm putting them down. Oh, man. Also, I have to look up, again, how to do cheat mode on KSP. Can't remember what the keys were. Alt F12. That's what I did. Alt F12. Ah, there we go. Kerbals. All right, we're gonna make new Kerbals. Great. There we go. Kratos. Be male. He'll be a pilot. Give him level 5. Give him some courage. Just a smidgen of stupidity. We'll give him badass. And there we go. Create him. But I think we have a Casey. There's Casey. He's a scientist. He's available. So he won't be able to help you pilot, but he'll do sciencey shit. So, I think Community 2 might be ready to go. I don't know if we should have anybody else added to the crew. I don't know, Bird. Do you want to be stuck in the cockpit with these guys? But well, you know, we're ready essentially. I think. Like I said, I'm rusty, so there might be some accidents, and it was never my intention. But it's collateral damage, and you signed up for the job, so you were voluntold. So where's that thing here? So okay, so we've got these. They got to go off at the same time. Well, no, they can't go off then. No, these will go off, I guess, here. So the main engines will go once we've got good thrust. We'll activate these, and these should separate, but no, we needed the extra step. We need to put those there. So these fire. I guess we could put it at the same time. No, they've got to be a separate stage. Then these disconnect, and eventually these will disconnect. Fire away. And, that's it. That's up there. Goes. Let's see. That seems to be. Yeah. I just gotta think here. The rotation of the craft. That's. I want to minimize that. We can always restart real quick. But, all right, so we're gonna just move forward with this. I guess we're ready to go. And if not, oh the humanity, oh the Kerbality. So we're going to. Oh, we can pick the crew. We gotta pick the crew. So, we're gonna pull out Tiff, Danny, and Cora from the command module. We're gonna pull it in Kratos as our pilot, and Casey as our scientist. And I will ponder perhaps. Well, I will ponder right now to see if perhaps anyone will be added to that. But while I do so, I will be continuing to eat some chips. But yeah, you know, a full team would be nice. You know, maybe 3 people. I don't know. Maybe make a Tex. A Tex Kerbal. I don't know if I'd make a rat dog Kerbal, but oh, I'm fucking starving. Once I'm done this, I'm obviously gonna make dinner and make those ribs I was talking about. But still, a man needs to fucking snack. All right. Who else? I really don't know who else I should add. So I guess it'll just be these 2. And it could go any way, guys. This game, you know, shit can fuck up. It happens. So, I don't know. There should be somebody else included, though. Cows. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a cows Kerbal. Alt F12. Create for me a new Kerbal. He shall be cows. He'll be male, and he'll be. Yeah, Casey's a scientist. Actually, Casey should be an engineer more than a scientist. He'll be a tourist. How about that, cows? You're a tourist. Yeah, I guess. Create Kerbal. create Kerbal. So should I hold on? I guess I guess that's the reason it didn't work. Because you popped up. I don't know. What's going on here? It's not showing up though. I said I was gonna add, there you are. You're a tourist. Is that appropriate? Are you a tourist type, or do you have skills that can work? Because apparently I made Casey a scientist. He's not really a scientist. He's not really an engineer either, but I think he's closer to an engineer. I'm also gonna keep eating my fucking chips, my poutine flavored chips from President's Choice, World of Flavors. Limited edition, the Canadian series. Yeah, well, he's not piloting though, you know. At least you're safe there. So this should be good. Now let's launch it. Yeah, you see how that's doing that? That's not a good sign. So we're going to revert back to the vehicle assembly building. We don't want that. That's a bad thing. So we're going to go to structural. Get these strut connectors. Hello. Why aren't you letting me duplicate? Those chips are good. When is Casey going live? Anybody know? That's good enough. All right. We've got Kratos, Casey, and cows. Let me just fill up a bit more on these chips. I'm starving. All right. Hopefully I've got the staging proper. So we're going to go about 2/3, about 66% of our main engine start. And yeah, hopefully everyone survives. It's a beautiful day here at the Kerbal Space Center. Good sun, but we're actually not oriented properly. We're supposed to be oriented that way, where the sun is going. That's not good. So we're going to have to revert. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, rotate. There we go. Save that. Watch that. Community 2 is ready for launch. Word. Shout out to the 7 viewing. All right. Let's cross our fingers and hope everyone lives. I'm concerned about my staging, but at this point, it's good to go. 66%. And main engine start at 5, 4, 3, 2. All engines good. SAS initiated. That was tight. And we're already being, we're being affected by a little wobble. We gotta look at this. Wow. Those solid rocket boosters still going. A lot of wobble. We are sort of veering off course. Fuck. Come on. I'm just about to ditch those engines. Those boosters. Okay, staging already. Okay, so we got done some good staging here. Okay. we can just cut those engines for now as we try to control things. We want to get to the horizon here. No, no. And that, we have that wheel. It's supposed to help us. Okay, so there's our capsule. Damn it. I'm flipping here. Let me just prograde. Fucking, this rocket's unwieldy. There we go. Just as the fuel ends. But again, we've got just enough to utilize. But our, look at our fucking angle here. Clearly fucked up. Let me just check something here. Oh, the music ended. Yeah, when is Casey supposed to go live? I don't know. I'm also thinking about dinner, even with my chips. 88 and 127. At 724. And I've been going on for, oh shit, 2 hours and 17 minutes. That's not bad. I didn't really expect it. It's gone fast for me. And yeah, we just got into space and shit. Um, but I think on that note, I am gonna end the stream and start prepping for my dinner and maybe tune into UFC as Kratos is talking about. But I definitely want to tune into Casey. And yeah, on that note, um, hope you guys have a good Saturday night. I am Devious Dave Rose, and we shall see you next time.